I want to take you on a journey to one of my all-time favorite places, Monache Meadow. This wild place lies deep in the southern Sierra Nevada mountains and is only accessible by a rough 4x4 Jeep trail and a network of motorcycle and wilderness hiking trails, including the PCT.
We're about to enter the Golden Trail Wilderness. Magnus, you ready for this?
I've explored this area over the years on a dirt bike. Up here, there are hundreds of miles of old logging roads and over 150 miles of high-altitude, technical single-track winding through the mountain meadows, canyons, and forests. While Monache Meadow lies within the Inyo National Forest, the network of motorized trails is in the Sequoia National Forest and operated by the Kern River Ranger District, with a ranger station here at the Black Rock Visitor Station. These trails are primarily maintained by a group of volunteer motorcycle enthusiasts, the stewards of the Sequoia. And these trails are fantastic. Today's little trip is really about the journey, not the destination. So let's put this place on the map and start at the beginning. As the crow flies, Monache Meadow is just 150 miles north of downtown Los Angeles, but is a little over 190 miles by road, with about 7 miles on that rough 4x4 Jeep trail. My trip takes me north out of Los Angeles to the Antelope Valley Freeway, California State Route number 14. I pass by Santa Clarita, past the Vasquez Rocks, and over the San Gabriel Mountains to Palmdale. From there, it's a straight shot across the desert to the old railroad town of Mojave. This is a hot, windy place. Just outside of town is the Alta Wind Energy Center, also known as the Mojave Wind Farm. This is one of the largest onshore wind energy projects in the world and is still the largest in the United States as of 2018. Mojave is also home to the Mojave Air and Spaceport. This airport was used to launch the first private spaceflight of Spaceship One back in 2004.
The first civilian pilot to ever cross the boundary of space.
Highway 14 continues north through the Mojave Desert. In the distance, the southernmost edge of the 400-mile-long Sierra Nevada mountain range rises from the Tehachapi Pass. These rounded foothills steadily climb to the 14,500-foot peak of Mount Whitney, 100 miles to the north. The highway passes through Red Rock Canyon State Park, a beautiful and colorful complex of canyons and cliffs.
Red Rock Canyon State Park. This place is pretty cool. There's cliffs everywhere. There's a bunch of roads that take you back in the canyons.
When the flowers bloom in spring, this place is definitely worth a day trip. After Red Rock, the road plateaus and passes through a vast area called Dove Springs. Another 20 miles north, Highway 14 meets Highway 395. And just a bit further, I stop for fuel at the Pearsonville station. Behind the gas station is a junkyard filled with classic cars. And behind that, the old Pearsonville Speedway, a quarter-mile dirt track that closed in 2000.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in car number 99, we have Ken New.
This place was also known as the hubcap capital of the world.
I love to sort them out, and put them where they belong.
3 miles north of Pearsonville is the unremarkable exit for 9 Mile Canyon. A sign says, Kennedy Meadows, 25 miles. The road looks desolate and forbidding, disappearing up a dry desert canyon.
All right, I just turned off Highway 395. I'm now heading up 9 Mile Canyon.
A few miles up the canyon, there's an amazing piece of history. This 105-year-old black pipe, called the 9 Mile Canyon Siphon, is part of the Los Angeles Aqueduct, completed in 1913.
And there's water going through it right now. I can feel it. The whole pipe is kind of moving a little bit.
Although controversial, the 230-mile-long Los Angeles Aqueduct is a remarkable feat of engineering. This is one of 2 pipes, transporting about a third of Los Angeles water supply down from the Owens Valley. The second, white pipe, completed in 1970, is just down the hill.
Hear that? It's hot. Check this out. Los Angeles, that's your drinking water right there. It's got a little bit of a funky smell to it. smells old, like old pipes.
From Highway 395, the 9-mile canyon road climbs to the top in roughly 10 miles.
9 Mile is a pretty crazy road. And it was just like 6 years ago that they put guardrails on it. There's a lot of places on this road where you could slide off and you're not coming back.
This canyon road is just a ribbon of asphalt clinging to the mountainside. The tight curves and precipitous drops into the creek below will give you plenty to think about.
You gotta love all these Joshua trees covering the hillsides. Just amazing. The white vehicle looks like a pickup truck at the bottom. There's the white pickup right there.
Over the top, desert scrub transitions to the pinyon juniper woodland of the Kern Plateau.
We're at the top of 9 Mile, about to cross into Tulare County.
Now we're getting out there. The Kern Plateau is roughly 500,000 acres of forest, extending from the far eastern Sierra to the Kern River. The plateau is an absolutely beautiful area, full of rivers, creeks, granite domes, canyons, and meadows. So many beautiful meadows. Up here, the outdoor adventure possibilities are endless.
This sign's seen better days. Kennedy Meadows, 12 miles.
Back on the road, I head north to the little community of Kennedy Meadows.
Now it says the population is 200, but according to the 2010 census, it's 28.
This place holds a special place in my heart and has been my staging ground for exploring the surrounding national forests and wilderness areas since 2013. The Kennedy Meadows area was a seasonal home to Native American tribes for thousands of years. Then came the miners, roaming sheep herders and cattlemen. The area was finally settled in the early 1900s by some tough homesteaders. But where the name Kennedy comes from is a bit of a mystery. The community has a bar named Grumpy Bear's Retreat and the Kennedy Meadows General Store. The General Store is a well-known resupply stop on the Pacific Crest Trail, the 2,650-mile-long mountainous trail connecting the Mexican border to the Canadian border. The trail's popularity has grown dramatically since Reese Witherspoon starred as Cheryl Strayed in the 2014 movie Wild. In the movie, Witherspoon's character is hiking the PCT and visits the Kennedy Meadows General Store. But it wasn't actually shot at the real store. They used Polina Lake Lodge in Oregon. Kennedy Meadows has landline phone service and access to satellite internet, but still no mobile service, no power grid, or public water service. This community relies on itself. It's a place straight out of a bygone era, and it's wonderful. I spend the night in Kennedy Meadows with a plan to ride to Monache Meadow the following day. What are the odds that everything goes as planned? Let's call it 1 in 3.